What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised.
Like many film productions since 2020, Downton Abbey 2 is also working its way through the long-suffering difficulties of the pandemic. However, Julian Fellowes and the beloved cast have found a way to film the continuation, and the much-anticipated sequel is now scheduled for the next year. There are more and more details about the second film every day, including the name Downton Abbey, a new era, and teaser footage that was released at CinemaCon. Keep watching for extra pieces of information. Release date. Downton Abbey, A New Era will be released on March 18, 2022. The film was initially considered to be released on December 22, 2021, but probably because of the pandemic, we will have to wait until mid-2022 to finally see the continuation of one of the best period dramas ever created. We need to mention that the reason for the release date shift wasn't confirmed, but according to some reports, the film was moved to 2022 because of how many films are expected to be released in December of 2021. To elaborate, Downton's creators wanted a spring date because that way more people will join to watch the sequel without any film dragging the attention from the very anticipated Downton Abbey 2. Now, let's check if the entire cast of Downton Abbey will return to reprise their roles, and of course, let's see that new cast additions. The Crawley family is certainly coming back for the continuation, with actors Hugh Bonneville, Robert Crawley, Michelle Dockery, Lady Mary Talbot, and Imelda Staunton, Lady Maud Bagshaw, all being confirmed for Downton Abbey: A New Era. Matthew Goode, Laura Carmichael, and Elizabeth McGovern will also return to play their iconic characters once more. But there is also some new cast additions that will make the sequel even more enjoyable, including Hugh Dancy, Laura Haddock, Natalie Bay, and Dominic West. Their characters are not confirmed yet, but whenever they are, we'll notify you. Now, one of the questions that were bothering fans is whether Dame Maggie Smith will return.
Well, how did she contrive to make your acquaintance?
She didn't contrive anything. We met by chance.
Last year, it was announced that the entire cast is returning for the sequel. However, there was no certain confirmation whether the iconic Dame Maggie Smith is coming back as Dowager Countess. Smith has portrayed Violet Crawley, the Dowager Countess of Grantham, ever since the show began, and that was, believe it or not, in 2010. However, at the end of the original 2019 film, Dame Smith's appearance in the future Downton Abbey was not so certain. At the end of the first film, Dowager Countess tells her granddaughter, Lady Mary, Michelle Dockery, that she was suffering from an illness and didn't have long to live. Save your tears for something sad. Because there's nothing sad here, the Dowager Countess said. I have lived in a privileged and interesting life, and now it's time to go. I'm leaving the family in the place that I treasure in talented hands. After seeing this scene, most of the fans thought Smith's character won't appeal in the sequel, but that was until the creator of the show, Julian Fellowes, said, "We should all remember that at the end of the film, Maggie was by no means dead," meaning that Maggie Smith will return as Violet Crawley in Downton Abbey: A New Era on April 19th. Focus Features confirms that Downton Abbey 2 was officially in production, with, as we previously said, Hugh Dancy, Laura Haddock, Natalie Bay, and Dominic West joining the cast.
My dear, save your tears for something sad. There's nothing sad here. I have lived...
Extra precautions for Maggie Smith. According to the Daily Mail, there are a lot of extra precautions in order to keep the 86-year-old iconic actress safe on set. Interestingly enough, the actress has her own bubble on set. In awards alone, Dame Maggie Smith is one of the most honored actresses in the world. She has been nominated for 6 Academy Awards, winning 2 for 1969's The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie in lead and 1978's California Suite in supporting, making her one of the only 6 actresses to have won the Oscar in both categories. For her film roles, Smith has won 2 Golden Globes from 9 nominations. She won a Screen Actors Guild Award for 2001's Gosford's Park out of the 3 SAG nominations. So, of course, it's very important for the actress to be involved in the sequel.
Oh, can I help you?
Someone must, Sarah. I may never rise again.
The writing team. The person behind every episode of the show, as well as the 2019 movie, is the writer Julian Fellowes. He is pretty familiar with the period drama as he won the Academy Award for his screenplay, Gosford Park. And as the writer and creator of Downton Abbey, his storytelling deviation is often praised by critics. So without his pen, Downton Abbey would have been nothing. Thankfully, he is also the writer of Downton Abbey: A New Era, and the sequel will be directed by Simon Curtis. The first film was directed by Michael Engler, but the sequel decided to give a chance to another director, one who has no experience with directing period dramas but has plenty of experience in other fields. Simon Curtis is also known for My Week with Marilyn, Goodbye Christopher Robin, and The Art of Racing in the Rain. Have you guys seen any of these films? Let us know. Oh, before we continue with the interesting plot details, make sure you smack that like button if you haven't done it already.
I imagine the servants' bedrooms are quite pleasant here.
Why? Are you worried for your maid?
How clever.
The meaning of the name, A New Era. Most sequels continue the story of the previous film, and if that's the case with Downton Abbey, we'll need to go through the end of the 2019 film. The first Downton Abbey film didn't exactly end on a cliffhanger. Well, if we don't count the talk between Mary and the Dowager, Tom is again in love, and Edith and Bertie welcome their first child. Meanwhile, Thomas is not going to prison, and he and Mr. Carson can now work together. Mr. Carson and Mrs. Hughes and the Earl of Countess of Grantham are not so different than what we knew about them in the show. The thing is, the end of Downton Abbey seemed like an adequate end to the entire story, but now we're getting a sequel. The whole perception changes. It's a fact that we'll see our favorite characters again, but the question of what Downton Abbey: A New Era means still hangs in the air. Downton Abbey: A New Era will definitely present a surprising challenge for the Crawley family. One of the fans' made-up theories suggests that the sequel of Downton Abbey will be set sometime in the 1920s or 1930s, meaning that we'll see our favorite characters adjusting to the new situation in which the Great Depression and stock market collapse occur. The show was set in the Edwardian era of British history, and ever since its start, Downton Abbey followed the story of Crawleys and their staff. It is filmed mainly at Highclere Castle in South England, which will likely be one of the locations for the sequel. It's not clear what year Downton Abbey: A New Era will be set in. The first film was set in 1927, so don't expect the events to be earlier than that. But if you ask us, getting to the 1930s seems like the least reliable theory, as a new era would also mean the introduction of a new cast members in the story. Dominic West, Laura Haddock, Hugh Dancy, and Natalie Bay might get involved in some dramatic story that will open a new chapter for the Crawley family. Most recently, there was some clips released from Downton Abbey: A New Era at CinemaCon, revealing that the Crawleys will take a trip abroad, perhaps to Europe. According to Screen Rant, Mr. Carson says, "The British are coming." This could easily describe the name of the sequel, but according to Screen Rant, there's also a wedding in the clip, which most fans assume will be between Tom Branson and Lucy Smith or Daisy and Andrew. According to the creator, Julian Fellowes, a very important character will pass away in the sequel. Lady Violet is one of the characters many fans think will be involved in such a storyline, but with Downton Abbey, we never know. With an important character passing away, the family could also face a new chapter, or as the name suggests, a new era. Either way, we really want to hear your opinion about what a new era means. Also, who do you guys think will pass away in the film? Let us know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed our video, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. As always, thanks for watching.